All right, welcome back, everybody, on another episode of the 44 Pod with your host, Mr. Hollywood, and my co-host, Hernomania. As you know, John Cena's last fight was this past.
First, that's not true, but
Yeah,
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 big week.
big week. Hey, I'm finally back on the pod. I know I missed an episode. I couldn't control that. Obviously, I was moving. I was in the hills of the Himalayas. I was in the fucking peak of the mountains, boys.
That's
That
true.
shit, that shit was probably the most scariest, beautiful drive I've ever done in my life. Driving a fucking U-Haul with my car in the back on a trailer with no snow tires or anything, going up mountains on black ice and snow and shit, and coming back down. Yo, that shit was wild. Um, a lot
Looked
of
like a
good
good
parts
time.
in it. It was a lot of good times. Obviously, I was with my wife and my dog. Um, that was fucking cool.
Some scary
Uh,
times.
A lot of scary times, bro. I remember fucking driving. I hadn't hit the snow yet because obviously I'm like driving up there, right? So there's not that much. There's no snow yet. I'm in Canada, and
Shout out.
yeah. Shout out to them OVOs. You know what I'm saying? Jersey Drake. I was looking for him. I couldn't find him. He was hiding and shit, but it's cool. I was on the freeway and I'm fucking driving. I got the steering wheel right, and out of nowhere, I get hit with the fucking 55-mile-an-hour winds. And for
Mm,
people that don't know, obviously U-Hauls, they it's just like a box around it. So like if wind hits it, like it lifts
yeah,
it up, right? So I'm
yeah, it's
fucking
tough.
driving. I got the steering wheel like fucking all the way turned, and I'm still
Yeah,
going straight just to hold on to the fucking so the car does the U-Haul doesn't flip and shit. I got my dog, my wife in the corner, just like, dude, you're wild. I'm going like 65 miles an hour. I'm in my head. I'm just praying. I'm like, I hope I don't get hit with some crazy higher winds because this shit's coming over. And then when the fucking 18 wheelers are driving by, dude, it just pushes the fucking U-Haul even close. So basically, I was in the
yeah.
ditch.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. That was like, all right, this is wild. And then I finally got into the mountains. Where it's actually like getting really cold, where you could see snow and stuff like that.
Yeah,
That was pretty intense. Just driving really fast and slow and stuff, going over the snow. Um,
yeah. For
yeah,
reference, for everybody that doesn't know, like obviously, he was driving in a U-Haul, which was towing his actual car, and like he's in these frozen temperatures. Yeah, there's sleet on the road, no chains.
yeah,
This guy just
no chance.
fucking freeballed it. Just say if I make it, I make it. If I don't, at least I'm with my wife. So
Yeah,
glad the boy made it safe with zero. And
yeah. I'm in my new
God, I mean,
crib, new crib.
I don't know how I'd feel without zero, but yeah, he's back in his new crib. I'm sure we'll do an MTV crib kind of thing at some point when I go visit. But yeah, I mean, glad to have you back.
Yeah,
Maddie Ice and I held it down. I thought it was a pretty good pod. Um, a lot of good things to talk about.
yeah,
Crazy. I mean, honestly though, what's crazy is like, and I think it's like has to do with like us recording now that we're able to like earlier in the week is like when we come back to the next pod. There's a lot of shit that's gone on. Um, and I mean, we're gonna talk about some of the stuff outside of football and outside of sports as well. But I think like the first one for me is John Beam, coach at Laney College, athletic director. He got popped last Thursday, I think, last Friday.
yeah. I think it was
Pretty crazy for the
Thursday, Friday.
yeah, pretty crazy for like the football community, especially like the junior college community and stuff like that, and just like a lot of people like, and it's kind of just like I feel like that's California in a nutshell. Is like you have somebody that was
The
helping the
youth.
youth and helping like the I don't know, like the disenfranchised and like people that are just struggling, like they're just trying to make it out, and he ends up getting killed by somebody that he tried to help. And obviously, like we'll find out more, like as they get into like the trial and stuff. But I'm sure that's gonna be like sometime down the road. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
it
just a
sucks.
crazy and sad story is what it was. Like like I said, he did so much for his community, and I mean, he was there for like I think almost like 20 years just at the college alone. And then he was at the high school out there in Oakland, Skyline High, which also had a shooting like a day before, the day of. Completely separate incident, but yeah, just really sad. Um, got to be better.
100%.
Got to be
Yeah,
better.
100%. You hate to see stuff
Um,
like that.
yeah, you hate to
Uh,
see that. Very sad, but and that's not the only thing. Like I said, we'll get into some of the other stuff. We got to talk, got to talk about Matt's guy, Epstein. We're gonna have to talk about that in a second. Uh, but we're gonna switch it back to Rigo. He's got family in the culture, and he's got people down south and Mexico. I mean, Mexico. There's a lot
yeah.
of things going on over there, and I mean,
Yeah.
let's break it down, Rigo. What do we got?
All right, again, just to kind of put this out here is like again, the 44 pod is not a political pod. Um,
No, absolutely not.
we definitely don't, we're not any advisor in anything that has to do with political stuff. We don't know much.
No.
We're just speaking on stuff that obviously that's going on.
Yeah.
So just a little kind of a little background. There
Yeah. A little
was a
disclaimer.
Yeah, so there was a mayor in Mexico. I don't remember what part of Mexico it was, but he was assassinated during like the Day of the Dead, um, like the ritual or thing that they do over there in Mexico and stuff. And yeah, some cartel members just came up to him and in front of everybody just assassinated him. I guess he had his political views of what he was trying to do with Mexico was obviously trying to help the community get away from all that cartel stuff, and he got killed for it. So then when that came out, the people in Mexico started rioting because I guess the president, the female president, not that it matters, but a president of the United States of Mexico, uh, I guess she has a heavy involvement with the cartels, from what I've been seeing. Again, I'm not 100% sure if that's true or not, but people in Mexico are saying like, yeah, she gets money from the cartels, and it's the reason why she became the president and all sort of stuff. So uh, yeah, people in Mexico are just rioting over there, just trying to like get back Mexico, get it away from all these cartel killings and all that stuff. And the people are actually asking for Trump to get involved, like, hey, get these people involved over here, get all these cartels out here, so Mexico can, the people of Mexico can like walk the streets safely without feeling scared or anything like that. And rightfully so, Mexico definitely has that history of cartels running Mexico and being corrupt and stuff. So um, it's cool to see as far as the people of Mexico gathering together and going against the cartels. But it's sad to see people still getting assassinated and people dying and all that sort of stuff. So um, really big. Again, I'm Mexican, so it kind of hits home. Again, I'm not really involved in any of that sort of stuff because obviously I live here, but hopefully they can figure all that stuff out, and yeah, we're with them. People in Mexico, we with you.
Yeah, I mean, we got your back for sure, and I feel like this all really started, and I could be wrong, I could be negligent, but I feel like the second like Trump put the cartels on notice and kind of got that ball rolling, I feel like that kind of kicked things into overdrive over there, in the sense of like people like basically saying like we're sick of being like told what to do by the cartel. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we're with everybody out there. Stay
Um.
safe. People that are traveling over there, be careful. Like stay in pairs, buddy system, all that good stuff. Um, if the
Yeah.
guy's got like a gold tooth and he's telling you like, "Hey, I could take you to the resort," probably don't do that. Um, you know, but yeah, just I mean, just be safe and kind of like do your research, before traveling out there, and just be smart. It's all you can
Yeah.
really do. But yeah, and then like I said, I mentioned right now the Epstein
Epstein.
Epstein
Yeah.
files. I believe it got through the House, and then it's with the Senate at the moment, I believe. Or I might have flipped that. It might be what got to the Senate, might be with the House. However that goes. But basically, um, it was voted on, I think, what's today? Wednesday. I thought it was voted on Monday or Tuesday, basically to get the ball rolling in terms of like publishing all the files that were linked to the case. And obviously, there's going to be some redacted stuff, and that's pretty plain as day. But the big thing is that like if Trump's in there, he's not going to be redacted, or like if any of the anyone politically involved is in it, their names won't be redacted. It's mostly just the victims involved. Um, I mean, what do you got? What's your take on this? I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Um, I think the whole thing surrounding the Epstein cases and stuff like that is pretty pretty corrupt as far as like, okay, you got this dude that obviously had this island that was just doing like a bunch of wild shit, and he finally got arrested, busted for it, and he was in jail, and then all of a sudden he happened to kill himself. um
Yeah, yeah,
Obviously it's full of shit. A lot of people that did their own research, like, this guy was about to talk and stuff, and then he just happens to kill himself. Obviously, we know how corrupt things can be, um, and stuff like that. So it's just, for me, like, it's more like, okay, I don't really have my hopes up as far as the truth, because at the end of the day, like, they're gonna take out what they're gonna take out, so people
yeah,
don't know the
exactly.
full truth. It's just a matter of like, okay, let's just let the public have some sort of information so we can keep it pushing and move forward past this, right? So
Hmm.
just because, though, I feel like it's a major thing because obviously Donald Trump's name has been involved with it.
Yeah,
Because again, supposedly he was at the island, and him and Epstein were cool and stuff like that at some point. So I feel like a lot
yeah,
of the
yeah. And then
public and
I mean, you combine that with like the reported like emails that were leaked, and like Epstein telling other people like, oh, like Trump's like a really bad guy, like he's truly evil and all this stuff. And I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I feel like on one hand, like, yeah, this could all like literally everything could be true. On the other hand, like, it does feel like some of this stuff is like doctored, and obviously, like with AIs, AI nowadays, like it's not. I don't think it's too out of the realm of possibilities for it to be cooked up. So
yeah. So
um,
I mean, hopefully they get the truth, and people that obviously were involved with the um, the terrible stuff that happened. Obviously, hopefully they get
yeah,
reprimanded,
some
and
justice, some
yeah, and the
justice.
victims definitely get justice for what they've
Yeah,
suffered and gone through, 100%.
yeah,
But will that
for sure.
happen? I have no idea. Hopefully it will, but at the end of the day, this is the government, and as most of us know,
Your boss.
um yeah, so I'm not going to speak too
Yeah.
much on that.
Yeah, we could just
um
keep it pushing. UFC 322 just happened last week, and I know that's kind of a crazy way to transition, but it's the 44 pod, and wouldn't expect anything less from us. So, yeah, UFC 322 just happened last weekend. Um, Matty Ice and I, the co-main, neither of us picked Shevchenko. We were both wrong. Um, what do you know? It's just the theme of this podcast is anytime any of us all agree, we're wrong. So, yeah,
yeah.
Zangwelli, brutal. I mean, you could tell that she was going up a weight class, and it showed. She just got straight up manhandled, which was tough. And then the main event, everyone. I mean, I think the result's kind of what everyone expected. Islam does what he does, hugs you to death, wrestles your ass for control, and that's what he did. He just straight up dominated Madalena, and it sucks, but I mean, he's double champ. He's champ now. I honestly feel like, and I guess we'll get your opinion on this too. Is like UFC wise, like the double champ thing. I kind of feel like it's not. I mean, it's obviously a big accomplishment, like for the fighter, like as an individual. But I feel like on the grand scheme of things, like I don't feel like it's as special as it used to be because everyone's doing it.
Yeah,
Is that wrong?
no, 100%. I feel like that aura of a double champ obviously was made by Conor McGregor. And I think when he did it, it was very polarizing. Like, holy shit, there's a double champ in the UFC. This figure is like one of the best UFC fighters at that time. And now, since he's gone, and obviously, right?
And I think
Um,
too, real quick before you keep going, like I think too with him specifically, like I could have swore he defended each belt like before he relinquished the lower class belt. I could have swore like he
I'm
won he
not
won it
100%.
against Eddie Alvarez, and then he defended the other one. Um and then I
Yeah, I'm
think he
not
relinquished it. But
sure. He might have. He might have. Honestly, he might
But
have.
yeah, I
But
feel like once these guys do it, they get it, and they're like, all right, cool. Like the lower weight class, I'm gonna relinquish that one, and then
I
like I
just
feel
think
like
it's
it's
not
just
sustainable. I think that's one of the biggest things for me. It's like it's not sustainable to be a double champ. It's just one of those things where like I feel like for Khabib, it's like okay, like let me make somebody like a superstar.
yeah.
And like once he's done that, it's like okay, like now you can just focus on sort of these other things because I feel like the Khabib's camp, they've done pretty well as far as not letting the superstardom like get to their heads as far as like yo, I got some money now, let me
I
just
mean, those
be
motherfuckers are
flashy.
different though. Those motherfuckers are
Yeah,
different.
but at the same time, I still think like he's done really good for himself, right? The fighter,
Yeah,
um,
Islam.
Islam, but I
Yeah,
still don't think he's fought. I think the closest time that I think he should have lost is when he fought that fucking other dude, that British dude. What's that little fucking looks like Minnie Mouse and shit,
you
stocky
talking about?
motherfucker,
I hope you're not talking about Volkanovski, bro.
Volkanovski. He should have won. Volkanovski should have won.
Yeah, first of all, he's Australian. He's not British. He's
Whatever the
Australian.
fuck. Yeah.
But yeah,
Volkanovski, he
I
should
think
have
the
won that
first
fight.
I think the first fight. I think it was the first. I think whatever fight they had and they went to decision. I totally agree. I thought
He
he
100%.
kind of
That's
got
why
fucked.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So in that aspect, right? Okay, Islam has already had a loss. I think he's what 19 and 1 now. 19 and 1 or some shit like that.
Yeah, I'm not too
I,
sure.
so for like again like losing one time is not really a big deal.
Yeah,
But for me it's like I don't feel like he's fought somebody besides Volkanovski um, that is up to par with his fighting. Um, I think if he had a rematch with him, I think he loses that fight 100%. Because on the ground, he was getting out every grapple, and then standing up, like he was whooping his ass.
yeah,
Grabbed him a few times or whatever, but before I get super sidetracked, I think the double champ shit is not that cool anymore. The aura is gone, especially when you got guys that don't are not really flashy like Islam and the Khabib camp. So it's just kind of
mm,
like, hey, cool, you got it, whatever, keep it pushing. But I feel like that's how the Khabib camp is in general. Like I think none of those guys are superstars to me. They can whoop some ass, but they're not really like superstars where you're like, I think the only one, and I don't think they're in camp together, is like Makachev.
comes
Uh
up.
comes out yeah, comes out. There you go. That motherfucker, like he's a superstar. That motherfucker's a dog. Like
He's insane.
I don't give a fuck. Like he's one dude that like you know he's like if you hear his name and he's headlighting every fight he's fighting. And it's
Yeah,
like you can get behind that. There's fucking people rallying. But Islam, like you hear him, it's like, okay, cool. Like
yeah, for
I'm
sure.
not I'm only watching it because it's a fucking it's the main event. He's defending his title. That's literally the only reason why I'm watching the fight. If it's a
Yeah,
regular fight, I'm not watching it because I just don't care. But Makachev, yo, it could be a regular fight, whatever. Everybody's fucking tuning into that fight. Um, so that's just my opinion about it. Islam is whatever to me. Double champ shit with him, eh? It doesn't fucking matter. He won't sustain that shit, and he'll lose the
yeah,
fight or whatever, and we'll keep it pushing with that.
yeah. No, that I mean, yeah, you know that's our thoughts. UFC 322, UFC 323. I think it's in like 2 3 weeks. I know the main event's Marab. I'm down to see some Marab. I'm a big fan of Marab. And then the co-main is Pantoja and Joshua Van. I think I mentioned him last week. I'm a big fan of him. So yeah, definitely gonna UFC 323. Definitely be one I'm watching for sure. Um, but yeah, um, I guess we can get into football if you want, unless you got anything else non-sport related or any top fives you want to do, some food stuff, anything like that.
Um,
Actually,
okay, go ahead, go ahead.
we brought it up last week. Obviously, you weren't on the pod. Um, Matty Ice and I both agreed we're really disappointed in your McDonald's Canada content. We expected a little bit better from you. Um, with that being said, how was it?
The McDonald's food in Canada?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just food and out. I mean, outside the U.S. Obviously, like you definitely ate besides the McDonald's, but
Um,
any good spots you went to?
I mean, it was like so when we're in Canada, right? Like we did stop, yes, but like our we were stopping for like gas and like stuff like that. We weren't like really dining in because obviously I had like a timeline I had to be here by. So for
Yeah.
me, it was like, hey, like I'm just stopping to kind of like grab some real quick and then dip in. And then the only time we actually ate is when we got to the hotel. And I think the only restaurant we actually stopped in Canada was a Boston Pizza because they got that shit like everywhere in Canada.
Yeah.
Um, that was pretty good actually. We got some pepperoni square cut. Uh,
I
what
can
was that
respect it.
fucking the honey shit that they put on the pizza?
The
Forgot what
hot
that shit.
honey.
The hot look that shit was gas. I ain't gonna lie. That shit
It
was
ain't
fucking gas.
it ain't barbecue chicken. I can tell you that, boy. That
Yeah,
barbecue chicken pizza is different, dog.
yeah. So
We might have to
that
do we might
place.
have to do a top five pizza next week with Matty
Yeah,
Ice, dog. But
yeah.
okay, I
That
mean,
was
yeah, it's
pretty
fair
cool.
enough. Fair enough.
And then I stopped at McDonald's, right? There was a few items on that on McDonald's that I was like, okay, like they don't have this in the US. Like they had that Badusi. What was this shit called?
What?
Fuck. I forgot the name. Forgot the name of that shit. Uh
What?
I said
Huh?
Badusi, it's not Badusi. It's the
Huh?
fuck I fuck, you know what I'm talking about. They put it's like a box of fries and they put
You talking about poutine?
Putang. There you go, Badusi Putang. The shit sounds the same. Yeah, I got Putang, right? I never had it before. They had it at McDonald's in Canada, and that shit was disgusting. My wife liked it. I did not like it. I thought that shit
Crazy.
was fucking gross.
For
Uh,
context, Rigo's a really picky eater as it is, so
hey, I'm
some
open
of
to
the
trying
stuff.
shit. So
No, I'm not. Oh, I didn't say you're not down to try something, but like Rigo's very like particular. So like when you start throwing stuff together like that, you throw fries with the gravy, the cheese curds. Rigo's probably out. Like
I
you
mean, I
fucking up.
had
You
yeah,
got to understand. Rigo loves McDonald's fries. So
shit's gas.
to him, you're fucking up a good thing when you start adding a bunch of shit to it. You know, it's like the Niners. Like you start adding a bunch of superstars, shit's not gonna happen, right? But then like you start building, you develop, good things happen. So, um, like I said, Rigo is very adventurous when it comes to like he's down to try something, but he's not gonna. He's not. It's not a guarantee he's gonna love it. Like he'll tell you straight up, like, "Oh, that
Yeah.
shit's ass," as he just did.
It, yeah, and they had like some other few items like on that list. They had like a bunch of veggie shit, like a veggie
Damn.
jalapeno burger and shit. I was like, what the fuck is this? Um, what else did I try? I sent you guys snaps. I don't really remember what the fuck I was trying.
Yeah, I
They
don't
had this
know.
like little pastry. It's like a circle, like a little ball where they had like some filling in it. That was probably that was really
When I
good.
saw the little donut holes you sent, I told Matt that I was out.
Yeah,
I stopped watching all the videos involved with the
no,
McDonald's.
that shit was good. Actually, that shit was pretty fire. They had like this fries powder stuff. Like it was like a seasoning that you like a little seasoning packet you put in your fries and you shake it up
Yeah,
and you eat it.
yeah,
I didn't try that. We forgot to grab that, but they do have that there. Um, but
sure.
overall, like the barbecue
Did you go
sauce
to
too was like really different.
Did you go to
Huh?
Bucky's? Did you go to Bucky's before you left the States?
Oh, I did. I did go to Bucky's, guys. I
Did you
did
run it
hit the
back?
Bucky's. So we went early in the morning. So this was in
Oh,
Colorado.
okay.
Before we
Oh,
got
so
up
it's
there, there
more
was a
breakfast
Bucky's on
foods.
our way. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so they had like obviously the tri-tip with egg and shit. Me personally, I wasn't a big fan of it. I thought I was gonna like it. My wife did. She's like, yo, she's like, this is so good. Me, I didn't. I don't know what it was. It wasn't like
Rigo doesn't like eggs either, by the way.
I'm tired of eating eggs, bro. When you eat it for like 3 months straight, every fucking morning, like I'm talking about literally every fucking morning, like you
Oh
kind of get
fuck.
tired of eating eggs, like whether they're good or bad. Like I no, me and
And
eggs.
that was also this is also before like he did what he's been into now. Like when like I don't know. I feel like out
It
of
was
high
actually
school, like
4 months, but yeah,
No,
Yeah.
but I'm saying like before, like you know, like you got involved with your current like job and stuff. Like we would go out to places, and he like if there was like there's a place here in our hometown, like it's called the kitchen sink, and like he'd be like, like just leave the eggs off it, like I don't fuck with the eggs like that. Like you know, he's
I'm just
very.
getting tired.
And then now, like especially like you get on like when you're in the fucking when you're in basic, I'm sure it's the same shit every fucking day. Like there's
Bro.
no switching it up. It's the same shit.
Like I found like little hacks to eating eggs, like where I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, like I can add this and I can get by it. Like I'll eat it if I have to. Don't get me wrong. Do I
Oh
enjoy
yeah.
eating it? No,
No.
absolutely the fuck
Yeah.
no, I don't. But I get by. Um. But yeah,
Anything
it's
else at
kind of where
Bucky's
I'm at.
besides the breakfast stuff?
Um. Uh. Oh, so we the fucking pecans, the roasted pecans, and the
I
cashews.
heard those are.
That
I
shit,
heard the nuts are good.
yo,
Yeah.
that shit probably hands down. If anybody has never been to Bucky's, you gotta get that shit. That shit's gas.
You
Like
get the
100%.
nuggets.
Like I wish. No, I didn't have any nuggies.
You didn't get the beaver nuggets. It's a real shame.
No. So one thing I will say though, and I'm still kind of pressed about this. So like for people that don't know, I collect shot glasses in every place I go to. I collect shot glasses, right? So the whole trip through Canada, we're in Canada for like 3 days. I didn't get a shot glass, right? Like I kept telling my wife, like, "Hey, we got to get one. We got to get one." She's like, "Okay, okay, we'll get one." So the 15 minutes away from the border, there's a place like a little gas station area where they have souvenirs and all this shit, right? So I'm like, I got out, I was pumping gas, and I got out, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm fun to get this glass. I didn't give a fuck. Like I didn't. So every also disclaimer: everything in Canada is fucking expensive. Like mad expensive, yo. Like tariffs or whatever Trump's got going on with them, shit's bananas. Like gas is a hot. Put it in perspective, right? I filled up the U-Haul in the states. Filling up the U-Haul in the states was like $60-$70. In Canada, this shit was $145. That's how expensive it is. So when I'm like, I
U.S. or
kind of
Canadian or 145 Canadian.
US.
Okay.
So, so we got there, right, and I'm
Eh.
like, all right, get me my Red Bull, like that's what I drink, whatever, right? And I got a water and some stuff, and I'm like, fuck, shot glasses. So I go grab a shot glass, and I'm like, oh, there's this cup. This cup looks kind of cool, like it's like a beer cup, right? So I grab it. I'm looking at the price. I'm like, oh shit, shit's like $30. I'm like, I'm not spending $30 on one cup, right? So then I already had put the shot glass on the counter. I was getting it regardless, but I asked like, hey, how much is it? It's like $20. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on, right? Anyways, I grabbed it and I bought it, right?
Yeah.
We finally get into to Alaska at this point, and we're on our way up over here, and we stop to put gas again. My wife's throwing some shit out, and then we finally get into the house, and I'm like, hey babe, like, where's the shot glass? I'm about to put it because for my going away gift that my people got me, they got me like this shot glass like box thing, frame thing, so you can
I
put
already
shot
feel
glasses in
like I
it.
know where this is going. Go ahead.
So all right, cool. I'm setting this shit up, putting all my shot glasses in there, and I asked my wife, I'm like, hey babe, like, where's the shot glass? She's like, what shot glass? And I'm like, the one I got in Canada. She's like, I don't know, and I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? Because mind you, she's in this on the other seat in charge of whatever needs to be happening. I'm just driving right with my phone, GPS, and she's like, oh, I think I threw it away. I'm like, the fuck you mean you threw that shit away? She's like, yeah, when we stopped at the gas station, I was putting everything in a bag and I was throwing stuff out. Mind you, I wasn't that upset because I get it. Like obviously you're cleaning shit gets thrown out. But
Yeah, shit happens.
in my head, I'm like, dude, I'm never fucking going back into Canada again. That was my
Anytime soon,
one
at
time.
least.
Yeah, at least not anytime soon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. Let alone that shot glass was like 20 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
So I was a little pressed about it being how expensive it was, but also be like, okay, like that's one
All
less
right, that
shot
wasn't
glass.
exactly how I thought it happened. I thought what happened is like you bought it, and then like
I left it.
Yeah, I thought you like left it on the counter and you got carried away like fucking talking or because the motherfucker loves to talk. So I thought maybe you like, just got carried away like just fucking around and then like, just left it on the counter. So at least you took it into the U-Haul. Now what happened after that? It is what it is, but
Yeah, it is what it is. I mean,
yeah, that's tough.
eventually,
That's tough.
yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah,
It
but
sucks. A little bummer. I don't have the shot glass from Canada, but
yeah,
I do have a hat. I do have a hat.
that's something's better than nothing, as I say. Um, yeah, I mean, so there's kind of a recap, our non-football portion of the pod, and we're gonna keep trying to mix it up with the pod. Maybe next week we start with a little football. Uh, maybe we start with some baseball. Who fucking knows? It could be some hockey. I don't know. Get fucking crazy on the 44 pod, but let's transition out a little NFL.
Baseball would be nice. Fun fact, right? Before we transition, I was a Giants fan, right? Hearn took me to my first baseball game, I think, which is weird to say, right? But who cares? And it was an A's game. Why we
Shout
went to an
out.
A's game? Because Hearn's an A's fan. Also, the A's games tickets, you can be right in the dugout for like $20. $20. So
Shout
it's
out.
always clutch.
Shout out.
Shout out to the
Shout out
A's
to the
for sucking.
Coliseum, man.
Yeah. So with that being said, I transitioned from being a Giants fan to being an A's fan. However, I rep both teams because I'm not a big baseball guy where I'm like very prideful. The only thing I'm very prideful is fuck the
Niners.
Dodgers. Is fuck the Dodgers. That's one team that I stand on 10 that I will not support or talk good about. I don't give a fuck what they got on there. I do not like the Dodgers. But A's and Giants, you know, I grew up liking the Giants, but I went to more A's games. And my buddy, my best friend, my brother across the screen from me took me to my first baseball game. So it's hard not to like the A's. Green's also my favorite color. So shout out to the fucking A's, man. Shout out to the Coliseum. Shout out to the
Shout out to
Coliseum.
the Collie, man. Coliseum. It's a real shame. It's a real shame what's everyone's
History was
leaving.
made there. History was made there. Derek Carr broke his leg there. He was on a playoff run,
I was
and
there. Brutal.
unfortunately, he never played the same, and the Raiders were never the same after that.
Yeah,
Um,
brutal. And speaking of the Raiders, I'm gonna try to restrain myself here.
yo, let's get
Monday
it,
night.
baby.
Monday night
Monday Night Football.
was
Yes.
possibly the biggest abomination I've ever watched in my life. Um, now I'm not a Geno Smith guy. Ooh, you know
Alaskan
that
glacier
water's
water.
that's crisp. You know that stuff's crisp.
Come on, be drinking
Um,
this shit.
I'm not a Geno Smith defender by any means. He's ass. He's been playing like ass. There's
I've been
no.
told that's your guy from Matt. That's what Matt said.
I mean, it's kind of hard to. I feel like with Matt, you just whatever he says, you just say like, yeah, you're right, because you don't want to smell his breath any longer than you have to. So, um, but with Geno Smith, like he's been playing like ass. There's no doubt about it. But I tell everybody like that I talk to about the Raiders is like, how can you expect him to replicate what he did last year in Seattle? He has nobody to throw to. Like he literally has nobody besides Brock Bowers, who pretty much gets double teamed by a cornerback and a linebacker every time we're on offense. Uh, like last year, he had DK to throw to. He had Smith and Jegba, Lockett. Their tight end wasn't terrible, and they had two running backs. Like that's at least four weapons, right, Rigo? At least,
Yeah, I think
right?
I think
But and it's not like to me, he's not the biggest culprit. If you follow me on Instagram, you know, fuck Chip Kelly, fire Chip Kelly. I think that's the biggest problem. Him and the O line coach are the two biggest problems we have. Um, oh God, I really want to just really get into it, but
let's hear it. Come on, let's get into
no,
it,
I'm
baby.
just gonna
Come
restrain
on.
ourselves. But yeah, I think the offensive play calling's. I mean, it's fucking terrible. It's fucking terrible. When you end a game and the box score says you threw the ball 42 times and you ran the ball
7 yards.
uh six
Austin
or eight
Gentry.
times.
Austin Gentry was held to 7 yards.
Yeah.
That's
But
bad.
just attempts wise, no, for sure. That's terrible, terrible box score. But just attempts wise, like if I was a defensive play caller, like they threw the ball 42 times and they only ran it 8 times. Like that's a fucking dub, right? Like you're not making the game hard for the defense coordinator. Like he's gonna be like, hey, D line, pin our ears back, let's go eat. Like let's just get after the quarterback, fuck the run, and that's what happened. Dallas was just like, hey, they're not gonna run it against us. Let's go get the quarterback, and that's what they did. Um, but yeah, I mean, your
It's
thoughts
pretty
on the
bad.
on the Monday night? Yeah, I mean, it's terrible. There's no ands, ifs, or
It's
buts about it.
I was talking to somebody about this, one of my friends. It's like for me, it's like why do you draft a running back that high in the first round if you're not gonna fucking use him? Like, what are we doing? I watched that game and I'm like, okay, the Raiders are hanging in there in the first half. I'm like, all right, it's a pretty decent football game. And then the play calling, Dak went to work and just started putting numbers on the fucking Raiders, and I was like, yep, this game's over. And I
Yeah,
turned it off. I didn't even finish that game.
I didn't
Um,
watch. I didn't watch the second half either. Like I barely even watched the first half. After the first quarter, really. Um, I thought, yeah, I just
Frustrated. I
it's
get it.
tough.
I understand. It was
It's
frustrating to
tough
watch.
because
I
it's
think.
like
Yeah,
it's
go
just
ahead.
tough. It's tough. That's nothing else I can say. Like besides getting into it and making this a Raider podcast, there's nothing else I can fucking say. I might have to be honest with you, this team's so bad. I might have to make a Raider fucking podcast and like just hash it all out because it's getting to that point. Like he's laughing because he's like, fuck, this guy's like really pissed off about the Raiders. Like I really am, dude. Like it's crazy. It's literally crazy that we're just at this point. Like, and I wasn't expecting, to be clear, I was not expecting this team, like other Raider fans, to be a playoff team. I know Pete Carroll said, like, oh, we're going to win and all this great stuff. I was of the mindset, like, hey, we'll maybe end up with 7 wins. I think we might just be at 2 wins for the rest of the year. Like, that's how terrible I think we've been as a team. And obviously, like, we have a couple injuries, not nearly as bad as the Niners, and we'll get into the Niners a little bit. But just like Rigo said, it's really frustrating, to be honest. And,
Yeah,
um,
I'm not even a Raider
yeah.
fan, but I always root for them because I'm like, yo, like again, I love
What do you do?
football. I'm
Root
a
for the fucking Chiefs?
Yeah, right. I'm
That's
a
how I feel
diehard
like.
Niner fan, and some people like, oh, how could you like the Raiders or whatever? I love football, and I'm from the Bay Area, so I support Bay Area teams that were there, regardless, right? Like whatever was back then with the Raiders and Niners before people started stabbing each other at stadiums and shit like that. Um,
Not ideal.
uh, yeah, I support the Raiders. I don't give a fuck. So when they play, I root for them to like win, and her knows, like it's no secret. Like I'd be like, "Yo, shout out to Raiders, man. I hope they fucking ball out and shit." So, um, it just sucks to see. Like again, I'm not a Raider fan, but it was frustrating as fuck to watch them. It's just frustrating in general watching the Raiders play, and like when they play, I'm just like, dude, like they always look kind of good in the first half, in my opinion, and then for somehow, some way, there's like, dude, let's just suck. And then everything just goes to shit, and they're like, "Yo, we don't even know what the fuck
It's
we're
been like
doing out
that. It's
there."
been like that my whole life, bro. Like literally,
Uh,
it's literally been like that my whole life. Like it's comical like how many times I've watched a Raider game and be like, oh, like I bet you this is gonna happen in the second half. And I've done this with Rigo in the past. Like
yep,
I'll be like, oh, watch, like they're gonna come back. Like the team will be winning by 2 touchdowns going into halftime. But like, watch, they're gonna come back and lose. And that's what happens. Like they'll come back and that team wins on a last minute field goal or some bullshit. And then yeah, it's just it's the same
it's
old
pretty bad.
shit, unfortunately.
But
Um
yeah, we'll pivot
yeah,
away.
but besides that, huge news, your other squad, Cleveland. Dylan Gabriel went out. I think he's in the concussion protocol at the moment. And
Yeah,
it was just
Shador's starting
announced
this week.
today.
Shador's
Shador.
starting, baby.
Shador did play last week. When he entered the game, the Browns were winning the game. When the game ended, his team lost. I think he was like it's really bad. It's like 4 of 13 or something like that. Um, but if you're Shador, I don't think you could ask for a better team to play against than the Raiders. They're playing each other this week. Um, God, what that game's. I don't know if anyone's gonna watch that game. That's gonna be probably a really terrible game. Actually, if you should watch it. Miles Garrett, Max Crosby, two of the best players in the NFL on two shit teams. So you know that battle should be really good. Um, but yeah, I mean, what are your thoughts on the Browns situation before we
I
get
think
into some of the games?
if we're okay, so let me hit the Browns at like points, right? Because talking about the Browns in general is like it's having your dinner and dessert and fucking more dessert at the same time. So let me hit that pyramid of things, right, to talk about. First, the Browns, right? Shout out to Myles Garrett. He's a fucking idiot for staying on that team, taking that money. That's one.
Absolutely.
And two, again, my opinion about Kevin Stefanski, um, and taking Shador Sanders the way they approached him, right? I think they really dropped the ball, and a lot of people have been coming for Kevin Stefanski's head, and especially like um, NFL critics and stuff have been saying all the same shit basically that I've been saying, right? Is like, okay, you haven't really given him a fair shot, and the way that you've been going about it is just awful. And I think it's like I said, like if he didn't manage it well enough, it shit can get him fired. I mean, he hasn't done anything with the Browns, especially when you let Baker Mayfield walk and signed Deshaun Watson, and you saw how bad that was. And
Brutal.
Baker's eating in fucking in Tampa, right?
Tampa.
So there's you
Yeah.
got that going on. And so for me, it's like, okay, if Shador Sanders comes out in this game, right? He doesn't have to do anything crazy. He just has to win the game. So then at that
Yep.
point, it's like if he wins and I think the play calling is gonna be crucial as far as like the way that he play called for Dylan Gabriel, the protection he's given him, and the same thing you're gonna do for Shador. I feel like if certain things are different, and they will be different, but I feel like if it's obviously different, a lot of people are gonna be saying like, okay, like why weren't you calling this for Dylan Gabriel? Why are you calling this for Shador? It's gonna be a whole other headline. And I think for me again, I think Kevin Stefanski is on the hot seat. I think this should be his last year as far as a coach. Because I mean, like he was great with the Vikings, but he hasn't done much with the Browns. And the Browns are already a
Yeah.
shit team, but
Yep.
it's just at that point you got to rip the Band-Aid off and give that motherfucker the boot. But
Yeah,
yeah,
for
that's
sure.
just my opinion about it.
Yeah, and speaking of, I'm glad you brought up Kevin Stefanski in the hot seat. I do want to like quickly run it back with the hot seat, and um, I think for me, I think Pete Carroll has to be on the hot seat now.
That's
Um,
crazy.
yeah, it's me personally, I think he is going to come back. I wouldn't fire him as I mean I know that the fan base wants him gone. I wouldn't fire him. I think like just give these guys the like you said I mentioned before, fire Chip Kelly. That's the guy I'd fire. I'd probably just fire the DC too because I feel like I don't know.
He's ass.
I don't. I mean, I thought he's been solid for them in the past. I just think it's pretty clear like he doesn't like. I don't think he fucks with Pete Carroll's system. So Pete Carroll just needs to go hire his guy, and that way we
Hmm.
can really see if Pete Carroll's system's ass now and like it's irrelevant in the league, or if it was the play caller. But can't get sidetracked by that. But yeah, I think Pete Carroll should be added to the list. I don't think he'll be fired. Stefanski, clear as day, he's obviously going to be on the list. Um, I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like Dayball's fired. Uh, the Titans coach is fired. I think Zach Taylor should be on the hot seat as well.
He was
With the
another
Bengals,
coach. Yep,
I think
fired for sure.
I think he should be on the hot seat. Um, trying to think, the NFC South. I think everyone there is pretty well off. Saints were with the first year guy. Panthers, fuck. I've seen a lot of people talk about Raheem Morris, the Falcons head coach, going on the hot seat. I don't think he's there yet.
I think
Um,
his seat's warm. I think it's warming up. I don't
yeah,
think
I
he's
agree.
it's
I
hot.
think
I
now
think it's
I was gonna
warm.
say with no Michael Penix now, like he's done for the year, from what I've seen.
She got
Um,
Kirko.
I mean, but I'll give Kirk one game and then I'll let you know if like it's gonna be hot seat time for Raheem. I think the Cardinals. I think Jonathan Gannon should be on the hot seat.
Well, him
I
and
just
Kyler are probably on their way out this year. I mean, obviously it's
yeah,
known that Kyler's finishing
and I
his
think
season.
I was gonna say that was kind of my reason is like I feel like you just want to. I feel like as if I was the Cardinals, like let's just start fresh. We're getting a new quarterback. Let's get a coach that's gonna utilize McBride and Marvin Harrison and like let's get this thing going. Um, I really think that's really it. Like I think people Yeah, because I think in the NFC, I think that's really it to me. And AFC, the coaches that I would say like should be fired are already fired. But yeah, I think Zach Taylor, I think would probably be the most surprising. I think on most people's list.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is crazy because it's like it's you look at what he's done and the way he calls plays and like what he's done and what he's built. Yeah, I mean you hit on Jamar Chase, right? Joe
yeah,
Burrow, but like outside of those things, like what have you done and what have you sustained as
and I
far as
don't,
protecting?
I don't think it's his fault per se, but he's gonna be the scapegoat. Like,
I'd
he's
fire his
not in.
ass today.
I don't
Oh,
know if I've.
fucking Mike McDaniels. That's another one.
He's been winning, dog. He's been
Yeah,
winning.
he's been winning,
He's been
but
winning,
it's
dog. I Everyone should know by now. Like, I don't fuck with him either. Like, I'd fire him too. If it was up to me, I'd fire him today. Um, but just know, like, just kind of just based on how the Dolphins owner has been in the last couple years, I think if they're winning, I don't think he'd fire him. I think that'd be a mistake. Like, I'm of the belief you fire a GM or a head coach, you have to start fresh, unless like with the Titans case, like you just brought on that GM and the head coach is a leftover, so you just fire the head coach. That makes sense. But like to me, like when you got these tandems, like Greer was with the Dolphins for like 10 plus years almost, and Mike McDaniel was there for what the last 3 or 4.
hmm
Just clean house, like just start over. Let them start fresh with like let the GM and head coach start fresh with each other, so there's no bullshit. Um, but yeah, kind of crazy how that list has changed. I do think there could be some added names to the hot seat. But I think it'll be with contenders, and I think it'll be guys that are involved with the playoffs. So we won't really talk about those names like a McDermott or even a John Harbaugh, Mike Tomlin, those kind of guys. Like we're not going to talk about those guys till probably later in the year. Um,
yeah.
but yeah,
Uh,
I mean,
all
let's
right, let's keep it pushing with some more football.
yes sir.
A lot of people might be wondering why I'm wearing a Dolphins uniform today. Like, yo, why the fuck is
Oof.
he wearing a Dolphins jersey? Well, if you pay attention to the number right here, it's number 5, and the name on behind my jersey is Jalen fucking Ramsey. And the reason why I'm wearing this is because this past weekend, a superstar wide receiver decided to spit on him and then go in front of everybody and lie about it
That's crazy.
and straight up say, "No, I did not
I
do
didn't
that."
do it.
And then there's a video of him fucking doing it, clear
Multiple
as
angles.
fucking day. And then it comes
Fuck.
out he's suspended for 1 game. 1 fucking game. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely go in about this.
Yeah,
One,
clearly you're very passionate about this.
yeah, because I feel like there's certain things as players and just like as people in general, right? You just don't spit on people. Like, right? Like it's just a thing. Like you just don't
Yeah.
spit on somebody. I think that's like one of the ultimate disrespects doing to people is spitting on them. And for him to do that like as a superstar spitting on another superstar, right? And the league to be like, yeah, you get suspended for 1 game. I think that should be an automatic 5 game suspension with $100,000 fine.
Well, he did get fined. He did get fined half a mil. So the fine was pretty substantial. Now, considering who it is as the player, he's got 40 M's. So it's, I mean, I
That's
think
like
for
chump
most people,
change
yeah, I
for
think for
him.
most people, I think regardless though, like 500 M's is a lot. I do want to like say we did have this incident already happen in the NFL. It happened week 1, literally the
Dallas.
very first game of the year with Jalen Carter, right? Now there is a big difference. Jalen Carter did that like I think what the second or third play of the game, and he got
Yeah.
kicked out of the game. That was it. So I think the NFL's established, hey, you spit on somebody, it's 1 game, and that's what they did here. I think. Now I do agree. Um, I think the penalty should be a little bit stricter, and the reason for that it's not necessarily the act itself, but I just feel like, and I think this may have to do with like me being around some of this younger generations, like with coaching and stuff too, is like they're all shitbirds, dude. Like there, it's not like how it used to be. Like when we had like, if I had an issue with Rigo on the football field, they'd be like, all right, well, we'll take care of this like behind closed doors and like we'll hash this shit out. And like nowadays, it's like a lot of these guys just take like the coward way out. And I feel like instead of like, hey, like I would have respected if Jamar just threw blows like right away. They just threw
Yeah.
blows. All right, cool. But it's like this bitch behavior, like, oh, I'm gonna spit on you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it's
Yeah,
really
and that's
soft,
that's why I feel
but
like in it, it's like you go back to the
it's like
locker
the
room.
epitome. It's honestly the epitome of like like, I don't know how old he is. He's probably our age, but like, that's what I feel like. I feel like it's the social media generation. Like, it's soft. Like, I don't
Yeah, I
want to
mean,
throw hands with you, so I'm gonna spit on you. Like, that's just fucking bitch behavior. And that's why I think the NFL should be stricter on it because like some of these guys are gonna just be like, "Yeah, one game, like fuck it, whatever. I'm gonna still do it." Like, but if you hit them in their pockets and you really like, hey, like, let's say I think I would have made it 2 games, so he would have lost $1 million. Then I think people would be like, "Oh fuck, like I'm not doing that shit." But that's what's wrong is like I feel like the NFL they're more worried about fucking celebrations than they are about shit like this. And
yeah, I think that shit
yeah,
is retarded.
could be a big problem.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, that's just my opinion about it. I think what he did was really stupid. Then blatantly lie on national TV. Yeah,
That was
I
crazy.
didn't do it. I think like as if you're his
I might
teammate
have
and you go in the
respected it
locker
if
room.
he owned up to it. If he'd have been like, "Yeah, I did," and what? At least it's like, "Oh fuck," I mean, at least he fucking
Yeah,
owned up to it. But he
yeah,
like,
but like
it's like
think about it
he's
though.
like a
You
little
go,
kid. It's like a little
yeah,
kid. It's like honestly, it's like my brother Max. Like Max has done that to me. He'll be like, I'll give you guys a cute little story. I brought home pack of Reese's, king size,
that's
four of those
nice.
Jones in there, 4 cups in there. I like to put them in the freezer. I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, freezer's
I
gas.
threw it in the freezer. I went and picked them up from school, dropped them off. I went to practice. Now we'll take some liability. I should have took them that day. I didn't. I left them in there. 2 days later, I go in. I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna smack on these Reese's. I open the freezer. They're gone. Say, Maxo, you. Where's my Reese's? Like, I didn't eat them. I'm like, all right. Oh fuck. I mean, if he didn't eat them, he didn't eat them. Later that same day, I'm like, oh, I need a charger. I open his drawer that's by his bed. The Reese's trash is right there in the bed, or in the drawer of his bedside table. So I call him over. I'm like, yo, I'm like, what's this? This is my fucking Reese's. You fucking ate them. He's like, I didn't do it. He's like, I didn't do it. I'm like, bro, like that. And this is what happened. Like, there's blatant evidence. Like, you did do it. And he's, and that's just like I said. I feel like that's basically what Jamar did. He's like, I didn't do it. Well, you're on camera. I didn't do it. Like, we're not. I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. Like to lie about shit like that. Like, I would have just owned up to it. And obviously, like, it is what it is. But fucking crazy. Just spit in a
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah, it'd be like that. All right, well, let's get into our favorite part of the podcast, and that's giving our
Yeah.
predictions of the fucking
I
games,
do want
right?
to. I do want to say real quick before we get into it. I want to shout out that guy right there, Rigo. Best week. I think it's his. I don't know if it's his best week of the year, but it was one of his best weeks of the year. He went 9. I think it's 9-5. I'll have to double check, but I think he went 9-5.
I
Really
was
good
hitting
week
last
from
week.
you.
Let's
Yeah,
keep
you
it
were.
going, yeah. Let's keep
Yeah,
it
let's keep
going.
this juice going, baby.
All right, let's get into it. Right,
Yep.
first one: Bills and Texans tomorrow, 4:15 p.m. my time.
Oh.
Who do you got, Hearn?
Yep. Oh. I'm gonna
Texans
go
are
with the
kind of hot.
MVP. I'm gonna go Josh Allen. I do think the Texans are a little hot, but I actually kind of think they dipped too. Like last week, they played the Titans, and I think they only put up 17 points. Kind of alarming
Oh
from the
yeah.
offensive side of the ball to not put up more than 17. I could be wrong. I don't remember the score specifically, but that sounds right. So I'm
All
gonna go with the
right.
Bills though.
Okay, I got the Bills too.
Ah,
Seattle and
fuck.
Titans. I got Seahawks.
Seattle.
Yep.
Sam Darnold. He's had a rough couple games, so I think this is going to be his get right game. Get him back.
Yeah. Jets and Ravens. Lamar Jackson. If he's not two, and he's not three, and he is number one. Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson.
I'm gonna go Ravens as well.
Okay. Steelers and Bears. 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 Bears.
Yeah,
Bears.
I'm gonna ride with Caleb. I think the Steelers losing A-Rod. I don't know if it really matters.
He
So
will use the
I
excuse.
don't think he's been playing his best football. So it's Mason Rudolph. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Okay. Browns and Raiders.
Browns.
Browns, me too. Eagles and Cowboys. I got the
Oh
Cowboys.
man,
I got the Cowboys.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys as well. I think
Shit.
this. Yeah, that's not good. I think the Cowboys defense. I do think like I heard a lot of people say that during the Raider games, like, oh, this is the worst, one of the worst defenses in the NFL. But like you're not factoring they hadn't had any of the guys they traded for like before then.
Hmm.
And then they had a bunch of guys returning from injury, so they had like it was like a fucking different defense basically. So yeah, I'm with you. I got the Cowboys.
Okay. Tampa and the Los Angeles Rams. I got Tampa.
I got the Rams. I think they're just hot.
Yeah. Let's put that shit to an end. Colts and Chiefs. I got the Colts.
I'm gonna roll with the Chiefs. I don't know if the Colts. I don't know this like by memory, but I feel like the Colts still haven't beat anybody.
Okay. We'll see this weekend. Vikings and
Yeah.
Packers. I got the Packers.
Oh man, I don't think Jacobs is playing. Um, yeah, I have to go with the Packers too. Just don't trust JJ.
Okay. Lions and Giants.
Lions,
I got the Lions too. Patriots and Bengals.
Patriots.
MVP Drake May, baby. I got the Patriots too. Jags and Cardinals. I think I got the Jags.
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
It's crazy. Okay. Falcons and Saints. I got the Saints. I'm never picking the fucking Falcons again.
E-
Never doing that
Dude, the
shit.
Falcons just yeah, I'm with you. The Falcons just keep fucking me. So yeah, I'm with you.
Okay. Panthers and Niners. You know, I gotta go with my Niners, baby. Bang bang Niner game.
Monday night. Um, I'm gonna also go with the Niners, but it would not surprise me if this Panthers team pulls it off somehow.
Yeah,
Bryce
me either.
Young, Bryce Young, fucking looked
Looking
really
good.
good last week. Yeah,
But yeah, guys, those are our picks for the week. Let's see if I could be above 500 again.
yeah. And
Good
then after next week's games, I'll post. I'll make a post of like where we're at halfway through the year. Um,
yeah.
yeah, it should be. I mean, it should be really interesting. Really interesting set of games next week too. Like I think by far, I think the best game on paper to me is the Colts Chiefs. Um,
Yeah.
because I think it's a chance for the Colts to kind of legitimize, like, hey, like we're an actual good team. And then it's also kind of like the Chiefs got to. I mean, you lost to the Broncos last week. Like, you got to figure it out. You're not going to be able to win
Yeah.
the AFC West like you have in years past. Like, you're gonna have to fucking win some hard games now.
Yeah, I agree. But all right. I mean, do you have any last words for the pod, Hearn?
Um, no, I think I'm good. I next week I do wanna we're gonna have to touch on top 10 QBs in the NFL. Um, we'll
Our
revisit our preseason list
MVP
and
candidates?
then yeah, I think that'll kind of roll into that. But no, I really appreciate you guys listening, going on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and just even if it's for 10 minutes, like just viewing the product. Um, can't say enough how grateful we are that you take some
Yeah.
time out of your day to watch.
With that being said, too, let me just my first day here, where I'm at. I saw a moose in my backyard. I just want to show everybody that I seen a moose for the very first time. It's kind of crazy. It's probably not gonna focus that well, but yeah, those are mooses in my backyard. But yeah, with touching on what Hurton said, we appreciate everybody that stays tuned in with us and keeps up with us and actually takes the time out of their day to watch the 44 pod. Whether if it's like 5 minutes or however long you guys might actually watch it, but we appreciate everybody. And big thank you to Hearn, for being the co-host of mine and being on the podcast with me. Again, this is something that we've been wanting to do for a very long time, so it's really cool to do when you have another brother that's willing to do this with you. So shout out to you, Hearn, and shout out to everybody that watches the 44 pod and listens to it when they have time. And if they don't, well then fucking get on it, motherfucker, because shit, we spitting facts out here. But with that being said, it's your host, Mr. Hollywood, and my
Yeah.
co-host, Mr. Hernomania. I think I'm gonna say that Hernomania. I think that sticks better. Shout out to WWE. Hearn loves that shit. So that's us
Shout out
signing
John
off.
Cena, man.
Thank you for everybody that's listening, and we'll see you guys next week, motherfuckers.
Shout out Matty Ice.